Have you ever noticed that there's old stresses that happened in your life? Maybe it was something that went on when you were in college, something that happened when you were a young child. And over time, you just sort of start reliving these situations over and over again. When I use NLP hypnosis with clients, a lot of the times what we're looking at is the patterns. And the patterns are something that happen at an unconscious level. And it's like lighting a stick of dynamite and all of the sequence of events that happen after you light that stick of dynamite or that trigger fires things off, that it's a cycle that just keeps going on over and over again. And when it comes to stresses that you've had at previous times in life, if it was something traumatic, I'm not saying that the person that you were involved with or the situation that it's okay or that the other person shouldn't have done what they did. But at the same time, when we can ask ourselves, how is that serving me? To continue carrying that around, it can make a really big difference. Part of what we're going to talk about in tomorrow's Stress, It's Not the Problem, It's the Pattern workshop is how these things, it's like putting stuff into a backpack. Something bad happens, something stressful happens in your life, and you just put it into that backpack. I'll deal with it later. I don't have time for this right now. There are other things going on. And as you keep adding things to the backpack, eventually it gets really heavy and your body can't carry it anymore. Often, when I work with chronic illness people, people with MS, with autoimmune, with other health problems, what we find is that there's situations that happened earlier in life that they've been spending a lot of mental energy just to try and block those out. And so when you consider that as human beings, we store all of our memories on basically a timeline. And if there are parts of your timeline from the past that you're trying to turn the brightness down on and make them not as significant for you, that alone can take your energy. And so if you're someone who's dealt with past stresses and you're finding you're having a really hard time, I should rephrase that. If you're someone who's finding that you're having a hard time with energy, you're tired all of the time, you just can't seem to find the energy to do new things, to try new adventures, or to push yourself in your business, in your life. This could be because there's old stresses that your body is still trying to deal with underneath the surface. And so tomorrow we're going to talk about some of these things. And I'm also going to give you one of my top tips when it comes to stress management. Clients love this. It's something super easy. It's simple. You can have it in your back pocket. And anytime you get in a stressed state, it's very resourceful to be able to pull it out and use it. Because stress doesn't just impact us on a personal level. When we're stressed, it impacts our interaction with our family, it impacts how we communicate. It can steal our focus at work, it can steal our productivity. Stress has such a big impact on us. And if I were to say to you, you just need to get rid of your stress, it's not practical. The way that we live, especially in North America, we're such a go, go, go society that managing stress is something that's often not even considered. Or, like I said, it's, I don't have time for that right now. So, if you're someone who's finding you're having challenges with your health, you're struggling to have enough energy to get through your day, you've got symptoms that have been popping up kind of out of nowhere, I do recommend physical support for this, but I also, the mental emotional is so important. And so, tomorrow, that's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to give you one of my top tips to be able to help your body manage stress differently. The results of even this one tip alone is very beneficial for people. I've had parents who've come to me and said, like, my kids are behaving better. You didn't even work with them. How did that happen? How is that possible? And when you change you, you change your energy, you change how you're showing up in your day, it's going to impact the world around you. It'll affect the home in positive ways. You may notice different things showing up at work that didn't happen before. It impacts relationships in so many different ways. And so, if you are someone who is available to join us tomorrow, even if you're not, sign up for this workshop. It had great reviews the last time we did it. That's why we're doing it again, because I want to provide support and guidance and tools for the community. Because stress is something that's highly underrated, that affects and impacts people in a way bigger way than we ever give it credit for. So if you're someone who's interested, make sure you click the link. It's in the description of this video and sign up for this workshop. You won't regret it. you'll walk away with a tool that you can use in your daily life that will make a really big difference. So it's Kate from Align Natural Health. I don't think I said that at the beginning. And I hope to see you all tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day.